Outgrowing the people you love is painful, not because they did something wrong, but because they didn't. And the hardest part? Most people going through it don't even fully understand what they're feeling. That strange distance, that guilt, that loneliness in a room full of people you care about. In this video, we're going to talk about all of it. Honestly, if this sounds like you, make sure you subscribe. You're going to want to see part 2 as well. Let's get into it. Picture this. You're in your teens or early 20s. Every day looks the same. Maybe it's gaming with the boys until 3 a.m. Maybe it's going out every weekend without fail. Maybe it's just hanging around doing nothing in particular, but doing it together. And it was good. It was fun. It was easy. You didn't have to think too hard about life. Everyone around you was doing the same thing. Same routine, same conversations, same plans every weekend. There was a comfort in that, a belonging. But somewhere underneath all of it, a quiet thought started forming. You didn't say it out loud. You probably tried to ignore it, but it was there. This isn't leading anywhere. I want more than this. And that thought, as small and quiet as it was the beginning of everything changing. And so it begins, quietly. Not with a big dramatic moment, no rock bottom, no life-changing event, just a decision. Small and private, made alone. You start waking up earlier, not because you have to, because something in you wants to. The late-night gaming sessions get shorter. The weekly going out starts feeling like an obligation, rather than something you actually want to do. You start reading, working on something, building something, spending your time differently. Nobody around you notices at first, but you do. And for the first time in a long time, the way you're spending your days actually feels like it means something. The old routine didn't disappear overnight, but slowly, without announcing it to anyone, you started becoming someone different. And the gap between who you were and who you were becoming started getting wider every single day. And then people start noticing, not with celebration, not with support, with confusion, with questions, with comments that hit different than they were probably meant to. You've changed. You're too serious now. You think you're better than us? And the hardest part about hearing those words is that you don't even have an answer. Because how do you explain something you don't fully understand yourself yet? How do you say, I'm not better than you? I'm just different than I was, and I'm still figuring out what that means. So you say nothing, or you laugh it off, or you show up less, and every time you show up less, the distance grows a little more. Not because of an argument, not because of a fight, just because two people or two groups of people are moving in different directions. And nobody knows how to talk about it, so nobody does. And then comes the guilt, because you still love these people. You do. You still show up sometimes. You go out when you don't really want to. You sit in the group and you try. You genuinely try. But it doesn't feel the same anymore. The conversations that used to flow naturally now feel like work. The jokes that used to hit land differently. The silences that used to be comfortable now feel like something is missing. And you sit there, surrounded by people who know you better than almost anyone, and you feel like a stranger. That feeling is the guilt. Not because you did something wrong, but because you can feel yourself drifting, and you don't know how to stop it. And part of you, the part you don't say out loud, isn't sure you want to. So you go home, and you lie there, and you think about all the memories, all the years, all the versions of yourself that exist only in the presence of these people. And you wonder, is growing supposed to feel like losing something? Because right now it does. The guilt isn't about what you did. It's about who you are becoming, and you can't stop it, even if you wanted to. And then you enter the in-between. Nobody warns you about this part. You go to the hangout and you feel like a visitor. You know all the people. You know all the jokes. But the way you fit has changed, and the new world isn't fully formed yet either. No new people waiting on the other side. No new tribe, just you, the work, and the silence. This is the loneliness of the in-between, not the loneliness of being alone, the loneliness of being between two versions of yourself. And this is where most people go back. The old life starts looking like relief, like home. So some people shrink themselves, fit back into spaces they already outgrew, because belonging, even the wrong kind, feels better than nothing. But going back doesn't fix the feeling. You cannot unbecome who you are becoming. The only way out of the in-between is through. Slowly, without you even noticing, something shifts. Not all at once, Not dramatically, just quietly. The way mornings get lighter after a long winter. You keep going, you keep building, and the in-between starts feeling less like a void and more like a path. New people start appearing, not to replace the old ones, just people moving in the same direction, who get the version of you that is still becoming. You think about your old friends, not with anger, not with bitterness, with love, because they were exactly what you needed when you needed them. The friendship was real, the memories were real, it just belonged to a season. Outgrowing someone doesn't mean the love disappears. It just means the chapter changed. One quiet morning, you wake up and the guilt is lighter. The distance doesn't sting the same way. You're not who you were, but you're exactly who you were becoming. And for the first time, that feels like enough. This video is for anyone in the middle of this right now. You are not a bad person for growing. You are not disloyal for changing. The people meant to be in your next chapter will be there. And the ones who shaped you up until now, hold them with love, not guilt. Growth was never supposed to be comfortable, but it was always supposed to happen. Part 2 is coming, the other side of this story. What it feels like to be the one left behind. Subscribe so you don't miss it. See you next week.